Hello, hello, hello. So today we have a lot to talk about, and it is about 5 pages from just a little snippet of what Sammy's speaking on. And I truly feel like everything I wrote down this morning, like every single thing, is very relevant and significant. So, yeah. You like my nails? I finally did my nails. Got them off Amazon. Like $8. Ooh. There was pumpkins, but the nails were way too long, so I cut it off. I cut the pumpkin off. So, alright. The first thing I wrote, it all lies with Sammy. Pun intended. It lies with her and it lies with her, okay? She's just a really drunk girl. A really smart drunk girl, I'm sorry. Just a really smart drunk girl. This is what everybody wants us to believe. She was just a smart drunk girl and it's an accident. This is everything that tells me this is not an accident. Number one, she texted her mother, I don't know if it's twice or once, but I know she texted her mother and she perfectly texted her, okay? That's a red flag for me, because if you're drunk, when I'm drunk, well, when I used to get drunk, because I don't drink anymore, raising those vibrations, keeping them high. When I did get drunk, I would hit every letter / and or number that I'm trying to call. Every one except for the one I'm trying to hit, okay? I've never made a perfectly clear text when I was drunk. I've never made a perfect call. I might get the person I'm trying to call like on the 3rd or 4th try, okay? She dialed Sammy perfectly at 12:36 from Sammy's mouth, not mine. AWP also mentions usually in a case when they find a body, right? When they find the body and they're trying to escape the car and they're stuck in the car trying to get out, they're usually frozen in time. So if they're banging on the windows, clutching at a window, they're frozen in this position trying to get out, okay? And I'm just going to say she was frozen as Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. So Sammy has all this information. Sammy has all the information because she's stepping forward and speaking and giving interviews and taking control of investigations. But she can't remember certain questions about Kylie. Okay. And what I get from that was like when they was like, oh, who was around Kylie? Right. And she says, I don't remember, you know, or certain questions about Kylie, but admits to being around Kylie and know as a fact that she was the last person to see her and speak to her. So she forgets all this stuff about Kylie, even with Mags. Yeah. Look, they talk about how scared they were within 5 minutes of this party, right? But they want to stay longer, right? But never once do they mention how Kylie was feeling at that moment. When they're saying things were so scary, they completely exclude Kylie. They don't tell about Kylie's emotions during this time. They don't tell where Kylie is during this time, that they're so scared and that they're being forced by men, you know, to take drugs. That's a big statement, okay? But not once do they ever mention what was happening and how Kylie was feeling during that moment. And that's a red flag that you can completely disconnect Kylie from that situation. Unless that was the scary situation. Okay, so let's keep going. So I have a question for you guys. And I asked you guys in a poll. And I said, what time did Kylie arrive? And I got around 10ish to 10:30. That's important. So an ITC of mine also said Sammy told her to come to the hay. Now, what is hey, right? What do you mean come to the hay? Well, I didn't understand it either until they found her. And I saw right next to that little part that she came off, right over here, there's a strip of like dead, I don't know if it was crops before or just really large grass, but it was all dead and it was all hay. So there's videos that show two headlights facing the camera. So that could not be Kylie. Kylie's would have went that way, right? It wouldn't have turned and then turned off lights. We already said we don't buy that. So let's move on. Then two more cars also go down there. Did Kylie just turn off her lights and waiting for somebody to get there? Like Sammy said, hey, come to the hay. She gets there, then two more cars pull up because we never actually see what happens to that other car. They could have just turned off their lights. All right. So now I'm going into what, just from one snippet, I swear this is only like 3 minutes, if that. I think I'm giving her too much for that. Just 3 minutes of her talking and listen to everything I found. See the cup? Wait. Huh? See the cup? I'm trying to get the glare off of it. Like the cup? Buy the cup! I had talked with Kylie, and I'd know she was going beforehand. So she already knew Kylie was coming to this party. Beforehand. Before what hand? 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, an hour. That's underlined. That to me is important, that she knew Kylie would be there. Okay? We hadn't planned on going together. Why would you say that? It sounds like Kylie took you there. Kylie gave you the ride there. And we ended up not going together. So if you didn't plan it, how did you end up not going together? No, honey. No. You can't. We hadn't planned anything of going together. And we ended up not going together. What I hear is we planned on going together and we went together. Because why even mention that? You just whatever. Okay. Keep going, Candace. And we ended up not going together. She came with her best friend, Mags. She came with her. And drove in with her. Drove in where with her? Funny, she used those specific words. She drove in there with her. Now, if Sammy's trying to push the blame on somebody else, wouldn't Sammy be the one wet? And ended up leaving Mags ended up leaving within 10 minutes of the party with her boyfriend Ross. So she's very easily giving up everybody else's name, like Magdalena, Ross, you know. And then I start this part. I don't remember what this is. I was literally like, just spirit was writing. Okay. I saw her the second she got there. Stalk her much? What? You saw her the second she got there. You was waiting on her. You was waiting on her. You just told me you knew she was coming. But you didn't drive with her. And if you didn't, okay. But the second she got there, you spotted old dishes. Huh? Okay. I saw her the second she got there. And from that moment, from what moment? It's not a moment. It's like a moment. What? And from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. Remember that. Remember that. With break-offs for mere moments. So I drew this. Let me just... Somebody's his phone number. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So I saw from the second she got there. We always come back to each other. Okay, for some reason, when she says drove in, where is it? Where is it? Yeah. She came with her, drove in with her. So this is what I visualize. This is important. It comes up again. Party and a circle, right? To get to a party, you have to go within something, right? Okay, so now we're in. Remember that, we're in, okay? So do you remember when, oh, and I meant to say here, when it says, with break-offs for mirror moments, and then I got that party symbol, we would always come back to each other, okay? And it also says, I wrote, killers tend to return to the scene of the crime. She says, with this next line, before I say this next line, remember how she specifically knows, she was like the kids, the teens, right? And she was kind of like separating herself, like, I'm an adult and these are children. I'm an adult and these are teens. Remember? Well, guess what she says here? We were drinking the same drinks, being teenagers. So she knows she did wrong. And she had to clean it up and say, hey, we're teenagers. This is what teenagers do. No, they don't. My teenager didn't do it. As much as y'all want to say she did, my teenager didn't do it, baby. And now she's an adult, almost 22. The same drinks, being teenagers. No big deal. So she calls others kids prior. And she knows she's an adult. Because before she said the teens, but now she says she's just a teenager drinking at a party. The problem is, as an adult drinking with a minor, that's the problem. You're an adult and you're drinking with a minor. This part, she says the party gets really big at 10:30. Okay? So really big. We're going to draw a bigger circle. Boom. We're going to put 10:30 on that circle. Okay? So Sammy's about to explain a situation. And as she says it, Spirit showed me a fight. Now, we're not going to get into that situation because I think I had to write more before I got to that situation. But let's go. Kylie and I were just going around taking shots. Taking shots. Right? Take a shot, right? And just drinking. Oh, we were trading drinks too. Yeah, I remember I saw. There wasn't a trade. You gave. We were sharing drinks with each other. We would go back to the car to get some alcohol sometimes. So I feel like there was beer or something in the car. You're drinking alcohol out here and or beer, and you're taking shots of liquor. So is this at 10:30? To me, y'all both should be twisted right now. 2 to 3 shots, I'm like, where's the button? Where's the button? You know what I'm saying? Come on. And then we went to her car to charge it. Wait. We would go back to her car to get some alcohol sometimes. And then we went to her car to charge her phone. And we were talking about just random stuff. It's kind of hard to remember. So you remember all this other detail. Hold on. An entire page already. But what you guys were talking about, you don't remember. But then you remember. Here, let's look into it. And then we went to her car to charge her phone. And we were talking about just random stuff. It's kind of hard to remember. And so, oh no, we were talking about as she smothers her face, smushes her face together very hard. Like that, okay? Her texting her mom. Why is she texting her mom? It's only 10:30. And her charging her phone. Okay. I think I know what the conversation was. And stuff. Timeline's off. It's only 10:30. Why is she already talking to her mom? And just about the party. And then we had a few friends in the car. When did they just magically pop in? You didn't mention that before. She's jumping. Whoop, 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 whoop. And we all decide to go back to the party. Pause. Was Kylie ready to leave? Did Kylie want to go home? But because Sammy came with Kylie, Sammy came with Kylie. Sammy wants to stay longer. Watch. It's just a couple more lines down. Sammy wants to stay longer. And my ITC said this, but now I found it.